So, Brianna, I didn't have time because, we're doing this VillageFest booth. Right now it's only a handful of us. And so we're trying to get that produced, and I'm trying to go to 16 different meetings. But I just want to refer you to go to our website if you could also load that in a separate window. Appreciate it. All right, so if you go just over to the state, where did I put it on this one? I think it's under stakeholder info. Drop down tab. Actually, go to Pride. Just click on the Pride thing. We'll talk about the event.
Sorry, where's the
Pride on the far right on the taskbar. And then I did send you a link in your email to 2 quick YouTube videos if you just see to go out, and then we can click over if you find them not necessary, but it might help for people to see it. So I kind of gave you, so what I've done after Desert Beacon is I've kind of pivoted into trying to look at a regional approach. And I did kind of give you guys a video last time, but I didn't give any questions or anything on it. I also brought this before council and gave them a binder, I think, and had a lot more info. I'm just trying to facilitate a discussion and about how tourism up here is, it's very fluid. It doesn't start and end at Lear as far as when we're trying to bring people into the city. They pass through Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, but our goal is to get them here. I agree completely. I think we are miles ahead of San Bernardino County. And Yucca Valley, I think, is doing a great job. I've had many conversations with the mayor. I've been going to the Desert Regional Tourism Agency boards, which governs the Welcome Center, for a few years. Anita, my rep, used to go to them before. Brianne came to me to one of them recently. And I'm curious, has any of the board here ever interacted with DARTA, Brianne?
I don't believe so, no.
No? Okay. I think it would be helpful because they're a tourism board and they are dealing with a lot of the same issues you are here. So I think it would be nice, if you guys could work together on things. Between Brianne's salary and the visitor center part-time staff and their salary over there, it's almost $400,000 of public funds, and there's a lot of overlap. And I think working together and having somebody to collaborate with would be a great resource. So what I've done independently is I've initiated the VillageFest booth. Now we did that through the Downtown Business Association last year when you guys funded the Pride event. It was $6,000. I think we got from TBID or from the grant. We had such a great reception to it. And Brianna, I don't know if you got that YouTube video, if you wanted to play that first one.
I'm so sorry I don't have those queued up.
Okay, no worries. It's just link. So we don't need to watch them, but if anyone is interested in looking at them, you can go to our Instagram and there's lots of them there. But anyways, we went down there for 4 weeks, but I was one person. None of the other small businesses that were in Rediscover Twentynine had the time, nor the resources, nor the abilities to staff that booth, but it was me and 3 of my friends, and we did it for 3 or 4 weeks. And when it came time to do Kitchen in the Desert, or no, we did the comedy show. I don't remember if that was the one at Kitchen in the Desert or if that was in Daydream. I think it wasn't at Kitchen, but we did that event at Daydream. We did several events, but we had about 24 visitors in a short period of time, and people flocked to the booth. They came up in awe, like, oh, let's talk about Joshua Tree. I've been tagging Visit Twentynine for the last month and a half down there now that we've gone back independently out of my own pocket. And none of our stuff's been reshared. And that Palm Springs Life magazine Brianne presented in her marketing report, that's been in print for 2 months. It's out. So I've had it in my truck, I think. I wish I would have known. I would have brought it in for you guys. But it'd be nice if we could tie it in to get people to come to this booth. And we've been promoting Visit Twentynine. So that's what my marketing proposal's about. Like I said, I didn't have time to do the PowerPoint, but what we're looking to do, and what we've already done, is establishing weekly presence. I've gone before the board at VillageFest, Palm Springs. It's a subcommittee of Palm Springs City Council, and they approve vendors. Every 2 weeks they do a board meeting. They evaluate the effectiveness of the vendors and regulate it. And it's gone really well. So what I really think we need to do is have a presence down there. So for instance, I borrowed Brianne's little thing for the vacation races that she has sitting in the corner of the visitor center, and I took it down there and set it up, and we had about 25 people take a picture of that QR code in 4 hours. Really asking a lot of questions about it. I mean, we're a sponsor of that event. So I think that'd be a more effective place for us to be putting that banner than in the corner in the visitor center in a dark corner. So I think it's great, so maybe if we could spend another couple $100 and get one of those next year, if we are working together, that would be a great thing to do. So the cost of doing the booth, staff-wise, this just costs on me, it's like probably between everything's like probably $700 or $800, because ideally, right now, we're all doing it for free, volunteers, but I would like to get staff to do it. I've already been talking to the colleges, I've been working with Visit Greater Palm Springs, who I would recommend you guys also should follow. I went to their board meeting a few weeks ago, and a lot of great ideas are happening there. So what we would like to do is we would like to I'm going to this board, I would like to go to the DARTA board and try to get you guys to split the cost of what this venture would be. And we could have a co-branded effort to get people, I understand, we're not just coming, we want to focus on 29 Palms, which is great. So what I can do is we have a display. I've taken our marketing videos that play in the visitor center. I've done my own thing. I took the Freedom Plaza videos from when we opened it as Rediscover 29, and it loops and it plays on the video, on the screen I just put together. And people flock to it, they ask questions, and we could do so many, Ben, I think you're familiar with digital marketing. We could do QR code things, we could sell tickets to events, we could do a lot of these type of things down there and actually track performance to say we got X amount of visitors up here in X amount of time. So I think there's a lot of potential there. And I think if we could somehow work with the other board over there, if you want to use us to do this, I could coalesce, or our staff could coalesce between these two boards and kind of be a resource, And I've looked at other marketing proposals that have come through here before, and we're looking at $3,000 to $4,000 a month to post one Instagram post a month, and maybe do a few items, but no actual in-person connection. I think our ask is, if you gave us the budget to have $1,000 of advertising promo per month, where we could do either pay-per-click or print or other digital paid opportunities like geofencing to go with our $2,500 a month campaign we're doing in Palm Springs Airport. We are paying that now, $2,500 a month, but you're in the baggage claim and you're looking for your luggage, so you don't remember that 10-second splash ad that says visit 29 Palms. I love seeing it because I know that's my town. It says, hey, that's us. But a visitor who's here on these long-term trips, those are the ones you want to connect with, but there's no kiosk nearby where they could go get a map. They're not going to remember it. But if we're there in downtown 29 Palms, or downtown VillageFest, where there's anywhere between 4,000 and 10,000 people a week, depending on season, and they come up and they ask us questions, you could have an ad, you could change that ad very easily to say, see our weekly booth at VillageFest, because we get, Jacqueline can tell you, I think she's going to speak too on this item, she's been volunteering too, helping me, driving down every week, and we get people from Canada, like lots of people from Canada, like the UK, like, hey, we're here for 3 weeks, we didn't know Joshua Tree was right there, so we connect with those people, and they say, yeah, I'm gonna go up tomorrow. So it builds presence. So I think there's a lot of things we could do together down there, and I know this basin, and I wanna do things for the entire basin, not just 29 Palms. That doesn't mean what we are proposing here should be looked at like, well, it doesn't benefit only us directly. Because I had talked to Ash about this, and the minute she said, oh, you're gonna promote Joshua Tree, I'm not interested. And I think as a tourism board member, or former, that was questionable to me, because it's just like, you can't isolate, I just think we gotta look at it. It's a very, I would love for one of you guys to be engaged and come down and see the booth. Council member Scott came down, and he liked it so much, he stayed the whole 4 hours. And he was talking to people, engaging people, watching them, you'd say, hey, wow, Joshua Tree. So anyways, my proposals, the ask is $4,000 a month for the cost of this. If I can get a 6-month commitment to do it, what I'd like to do is, we'll be ordering more equipment, and if I can get the approval from the other board, I'm looking at a co-branded Easy Up, with more drop downs, more things that they could QR code and come to and scan, and it could be an ongoing thing. And if it's not successful after 6 months, say, okay, I tried. But one thing also, I just came from a mixture from the Yucca Valley Chamber, and Wanda was all over this. She wants to come down and help. So I think there's a lot of things we could do there. That's just been a market that's grossly overlooked. I've been to every chamber down there. We're now a member of like 3 out of the 5 chambers down there. We actually sponsored an event at the Desert Hot Springs State of the City event with Frank and Travis, where we saw, and we interacted with a lot of tourism folk down there. And there's a lot of interest for this town, in this whole area. So I think we should look at it. So I'm happy to answer questions. This little handout here kind of ties it into a regional perspective. Feel free to read it if you want. It'll be on our website at the end of the day. But one other thing I just want to point out, if I got it, is the idea of a digital membership card. So we can they can be free, they can be, I don't have it, but it's like a digital wallet app. So you could download a card, like a little thing to scan a barcode, So we could do targeted promotions, like scan in at Kitchen in the Desert and get a free dessert with $50 purchase or something like that. Maybe not Kitchen, maybe they wouldn't wanna do it, but I'm sure there's a lot of businesses up here who would like to try it to see if it's effective. And I wish I had that darn thing, but anyone can actually go to the site and see how it looks. You can go to membership, and there's a free membership you can sign up.
Yes, it's a booth at the street fair.
Correct. Brian, do you happen to have that
And
YouTube
that's
in your
the
email?
weekly
I
year
can't
round?
get into my email.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Yeah, it's a booth. I have a flyer.
No, is it a weekly
Oh,
event and
It's
it's
a
a year
weekly
round?
event. It's every Thursday, which I have to have
And it's a year round?
year round. In the hot times of month, it's from 7 to 10, but starting October to May, it's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
And
I'm pumped.
what, like I said, if I can get a commitment from the city to market down there, I would invest in better digital signage. We could have 2 digital signs on both sides of the Easy Up. You know, playing the content. You know, we could tie it to regional events and promotions, and do something like I said, the digital passport. I don't know if you want to pass that around. You know, you could scan it. You could tie it to checking in at properties. We could tie it to hotels. You know, vacation rentals. You know, you have QR codes. So you can actually track. Yeah, I just booked someone for this weekend, because people. Jackie can testify that people always, well, where should I stay? People were going to, a lot of them are going to field trip, you know, and that's also field trip. The president of the Desert Regional Tourism Agency Board, she is the one that is in charge of field trip. Her name is Zebel Drury. And I think if these 2 boards talked and interacted more, and maybe if Brianne had more staff to keep the visitor center open while she goes to these meetings, there could be more coalescing and more collaboration going on. You know, but I think right now, we're just operating these 2 independent visitor centers, you know, one of which is a California Welcome Center designation, which I really think we should look into, because in the Bay Area, they have them 20 miles down the road. I don't see why we couldn't pursue a California Welcome Center designation. It gets us more publicity, more traffic. I mean, we put a lot into tourism. We've got a $31 million project across the street. So I think we could do a lot, you know, so. I just, you know.
What are the deliverables from that?
And again, that could be customized to whatever the board would like, you know, whether you would like to do.
Do you have a proposal?
Again, that's something I would have to talk with board or the staff, and find out, are there certain events you would like to promote more than others, and I could then reach out and get media quotes if we're gonna like put it into print down below, if we're gonna do it via digitally geo-targeting, like for people getting to the airport and they see that ad, and then they when they're by our booth at VillageFest on a Thursday, give them that pop-up, say look for us in front of the library, and they're gonna be moving us to a more high-profile spot and give us more opportunities at VillageFest. It's been a really successful relationship. So again, I'm as far as the extra $1,000 per ask for the thing, that could be separate. You know, same thing with the 500, I guess. You know, but I think I think the 500. What the thing I had planned for that would include probably like we're working with a vendor that has like a really cool Western-looking photo booth that can set up every week for us, and people would be able to go to the booth, the side of the booth, take a picture, and then when it prints out, it could either tag whatever promotion we're working on for that week. You know, so like we've been working art towards these last 3 weeks. So I was trying to get it set up by now, but it just our schedules haven't